I love when I get an opportunity to sit down kind of one-on-one and really talk to a great mortgage professional, real estate professionals. But today we have a very special mortgage professional that we're going to dive in and get to know a little bit better. Toni Ryan, she is a senior loan originator with Synergy1 Lending. I'm so happy to talk to you, Toni.
Hey, it's great to be here. Thanks.
It's good. You and I have had a chance to connect on the phone, but I'm really excited for viewers and for everybody in your network to kind of get to know you a little bit better and what you're about, and myself as well. I'm excited to know you a little bit more. First, tell me, how long have you been in the business and what made you start?
It's been over 20 years. I hesitate to say the exact number, but it's been over 20 years. I got started, I was in the medical diagnostic area. I sold medical instrumentation. And when I left that business because of moving to Northern California, I had a client that I worked with in the financing side of things for that medical instrumentation. And they're the ones that kind of got me into this, asked if I wanted to get involved in actually the wholesale lending side. So I did start in that side of it, went through the whole process of processing loans, underwriting loans, and getting the whole back feed of it all before I actually jumped into the retail side, which is where I am now.
I would imagine that was really helpful, being on the back end and really in the thick of what it takes to complete a loan transaction and what the team really goes through to make that happen for clients. I know that kind of experience, I as well had, cut my teeth on the wholesale end, and I know how much that helped my understanding and perspective of what it really takes to get a loan done. So I'm glad that you shared that with us. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now fast forward.
If you know what the underwriter wants, sorry about that. If
No,
you know what the underwriter wants, it makes it easier for your client. You can ask them without having them run around and look for a lot more paperwork than they probably need to. You can streamline the process and put it in directly and have the underwriter approve it quicker.
Oh, that really gives you an upper edge. I mean, there's some great professionals out there, but this really gives you a different perspective, and you're able to help your clients a lot more strategically, I think, than if you hadn't had that background. So I'm glad you touched on that. When did you join Synergy1 Lending?
Let's see. It was back in October of 2017.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we're happy to have you as a part of the Synergy1 team. So now I want to dive in a little bit more clearly with all of your background, your expertise, how long you've been doing this. You have helped every kind of client and borrower there is in every kind of transaction and situation. But in talking to you, and I know how much you love working with the first-time buyer, why don't you share just kind of your heart for the first-time buyer and the millennials?
Well, in that situation, I totally get that. They're busy. The way our lifestyle is now, they want something fast, quick, and easy, and they want to know they're getting a good deal. They don't want to spend the resources they have, time resources-wise, getting a loan and buying a house. But they know they want a house. So what I'm trying to bring to the table for them is the fast, the easy, the quick, the competitive rates. We have our digital app that allows for that, but you can't discount talking actually to a loan originator. The fact that you need to at least bounce off ideas of what's the best strategy, either getting your credit and your household finances prepared to purchase a home, but also what that means. You have to have an individual who's going to advise you and give you options, and then have you be your advocate all the way through, because no one's reading all the documents. So there has to be a trust there that I'm going to give them the best opportunities that they have to get into the home without being house poor, so to speak, and without spending all their money to do that. So that's the bottom line, is that marriage between the digital, which is fast, easy, and quick, because we have an app, as you well know, and the other side of it is the advice side of it, which is going to be, I am your advisor to give you as much information, not sell to you, but just give you the information to make a good decision.
I love that, and I think that really helps you bridge the gap. Like you said, having the right tools and the tools that the millennials need. They're quick, they want this now, they want to have that information at a fingertip, but also you're showing them, hey, this is still a serious transaction. It needs relationship, it needs communication, and you're pairing that together. I know that you also have a very special part in your heart for retirees. Why don't you touch on that briefly?
Well, the area that I cover, primarily Sacramento and then east up to the Lake Tahoe area, Many people are coming from out of the area and they're looking at scaling down. They're looking for that home they want to retire to when they get ready to retire. So oftentimes they're looking to buy something maybe 2-3 years before they retire. So we like to put a strategy together for that. And oftentimes I can structure it so that when they purchase, they don't have to refinance to get that lower payment. We'll structure it oftentimes as a first and second mortgage combination so that when they sell their home and get ready to move, they just pay off the second and they're left with the first mortgage they ideally want to retire with. That's just one of the strategies that's other than just go out, purchase a home with any mortgage. So the idea being is we like to look at how you're going to spend that money in retirement, what you want to end up with that budget at retirement. And many times they're not thinking that just yet. So it's fun to go through that and look in that range of how that's going to meet those needs.
It really makes you a great advisor, and I love hearing how you share that and how you really help them plan strategically, not just, hey, let's get you in any loan. You're really strategically helping that whole demographic, and I think that's fantastic. Why don't you share with us why you love being at Synergy1 Lending and how this has really helped you as a professional?
Well, I got in this side of the business because I wanted to impact people. I felt like this decision to buy a home or to do a loan is one of the most impactful situations people will be in, and it's probably the most unresearched because the terms, everything about lending is foreign to most people. When I joined Synergy, I wanted to know I had a team behind me that would allow me the time and the resources to be able to explain to people and not make it just a sales situation. That was important to me, that I could spend the time with my clients and give them the programs that were necessary, and Synergy understands that. I have a great team at Synergy. We've been able to get programs and loans completed that I know no one else would have done. Many people will walk away from those loans because they can't get them done fast. But it's really about designing it for the client, and Synergy understands that, and that's why I'm here.
Well, we're excited to have you here, and I know Synergy's really lucky to have you, such a great professional, years of experience, and now that combination I think is going to be really magnetic, and I'm excited to see how you're impacting your area, your community, your clients, and it was really great to get to talk to you today. Thank you, Toni, for being a part of the team and for sharing with us today.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and thank you for the opportunity.